My next guest is a pastor, and he says that every day that the pandemic shutdown orders continue and churches remain closed, a bit of liberty dies. He's launched a movement. It's called Peaceably Gather, so that people can safely reopen churches and restore constitutional rights to practice faith. Please welcome Pastor Brian Gibson. Pastor, great to have you here.
Well, Governor, it's an honor to be here. Thank you so much for having us. It really is special to be with you today.
I think every church in America, I know mine, like other churches, did online services, for several weeks. That's all they had. But there comes a point at which, the Bible tells us to not forsake the assembling of ourselves together. And I think some pastors are saying, we can't do this forever. It's not about the church building and the meeting. It's about the encouragement that we get. What was the last straw for you that said, we need to practice our faith again?
Our church put together a drive-through Easter egg handout for kids. Workers less than 10 wearing masks and gloves. We advertise it heavily. Nobody's getting out of cars. It's a drive-through. On the day we were going to do that drive-through, we get a call from the Green River Health Department, which was an extension of Governor Beshear, telling us, you can't do that. You can't pass out these eggs. I complied that day. I wish I wouldn't have, Governor, because my people are sitting at our church house. They're looking across the road at the fast food places with a teenage kid putting French fries in cardboard boxes. The liquor stores are serving their patrons. The coffee shops are pushing lattes and brevets. And the message became loud and clear. And it affected me.
You've got campuses in several locations. You started the movement called Peaceably Gather.
Yes, sir.
Now, it's gathering steam is what it's gathering, because there are a lot of pastors like you. Look, I know the critics. They're going to say, you don't care about people getting infected. You're putting people's lives at risk. What do you say to those folks when they tell you that?
Well, the movement is peaceablygather.com, and it comes from the First Amendment, where we have a right to peaceably assemble. Also, we have a right to freedom of religion. Right? Government won't have a state religion, and it can't hinder religion. And we're saying we want to be safe, we want to be sane, right? We're not crazy, but we are constitutional. And I promise you, my critics, you are more safe in my church services than you are in a Walmart with 1,000 people.
And you don't know who those folks are.
Yeah, I don't know who they are, but think about people walking through a grocery store, handling produce, setting it back down. I drove by Home Depot. I think they were having a rave in there or something, because the parking lots are full.
It's the only place people could go.
Yeah, it's where they're going.
So let's talk about some of the things you are doing, Pastor Gibson, that make people safe and really kind of defy this notion that you're reckless when you have church.
Yes, sir. People are being ushered in. We have our seating set up. I know at one of the campuses, it's setting in seats of 6 and then seats of 3. By the way, Governor Abbott, it's been incredible in Texas, called us essential. I want to thank President Trump for saying church is essential. Governor Beshear has said we are not essential. And come this next election cycle, I believe he's going to become non-essential for the state of Kentucky. And that's what I'm going to see to it, that he becomes non-essential.
You are on your way to Chicago to gather with a group of people in the Romanian church.
Yes, sir.
I may have to bail you out, friend, because they're not real happy up there. The mayor and the governor of Illinois, mayor of Chicago, governor of Illinois, not exactly the friendliest people toward church.
Boy, you ought to come with me, because I understand you're one of the finest preachers in the world, and I'll watch you preach up there. If we can go to jail together, maybe we'll get the same cell. I made a pledge, and I was on Fox News, interviewed by Harris Faulkner, and I really feel like if I'm asking pastors, and I'm asking pastors, religious leaders, priests, rabbis, it's not just a Christian issue; it's a constitutional issue. Open up your houses of worship, do it safe, do it sane. And I said, listen, if you're afraid to go to jail, I'll come and go to jail with you. I think the sentiment in America is we are America. It's in our DNA. We have religious freedom. And so thousands of more churches are coming on with us. We've linked arms with networks in Chicago. Got networks from Pennsylvania calling. I got friends from Hawaii calling, friends from Alaska. I believe by Pentecost Sunday, there's not just going to be thousands, there's going to be tens of thousands of churches that go back into the house of worship safely and sanely. And we're saying this isn't Vietnam. This is America.
Well, I appreciate what you're doing. I think America does, and I want to tell you, if I'm unable to go this weekend, but I'm going to send Trey Corley up there with you because he's never been in jail, and it's time he experiences it.
Well, let's break him in, God.
All right,
we'll do it right.
God bless you, and I want to remind everybody, look, Brian is not sending people in to hug and swap bodily fluids by mouth kissing or anything like that. It's a safe environment that he's promoting. And we're grateful for what he's doing. Keith, would you tell everybody how they can get involved in this important movement led by Pastor Gibson?
Well, if you're a pastor, rabbi, priest, or worshiper, I encourage you to visit peaceablygather.com to learn your First Amendment rights and to sign the petition supporting restoration of religious freedom. That's peaceablygather.com. You can also learn more about Pastor Brian Gibson at hischurch.cc.